Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you are seeing my videos, do well to subscribe, like, share my video. You can also comment below. Alright, so through your comment we are able to know maybe the areas you want us to talk more about and your area of concern. It will also help to improve our video and to be able to connect to you better. Alright, so today we're going to be discussing a sensitive topic that I believe will so much change your life and will so much transform you and will make you a better person. Alright, so we'll just jump into it right away. Alright, okay, so welcome back. So let's jump into it. So today we're going to be looking at the things, the general approach to having sustainable results in life. What are the things, the general approach to attaining or achieving the goals and the results you really want in your life? What is the general approach to it? That's what we are going to be looking at. The first thing you must have in getting results in your life is by recognizing the need for that particular result in your life. You know, many a time, a lot of us, we understand that there are something they are not going well, but we are not really determined to sit down and think what is missing in my life. We've not really have time to know what is the problem is all about. So it is until you recognize that there is something you need to do, you will not really be able to change the result and the narrative around your life. So for instance, if you want to prepare a food or a kind of a meal, say for instance jollof rice or otherwise, it is until you have set your mind that I have a need for this kind of food. It is until then you will able to go and search for the ingredient that is needed to prepare that kind of food. So it is until you recognize that you are hungry and you need to eat the food, and not just any type of food. It's jollof rice I want to make and eat. It is until you recognize that it is jollof rice that will be able to cure your taste. Now you will not be able to know the ingredient that is needed for you to prepare such a kind of a meal. And this is how a lot of people, their life is, they've not been able to get to the point whereby they recognize the need for a particular change in their life. So if somebody does not appreciate a particular thing, even though you come and tell the person, your shirt is dirty, and the person does not feel like the shirt is dirty, he will continue to use that shirt like that. Or a person is wearing, person is talking in a certain way, in a certain attitude, and the thing have brought reproach, have made people to go away from him. Even though you are trying to tell him, it is until he get to the point that he now recognize that, it is because of this hard behavior, maybe the way I talk, the way I do things is not really the best. It is only then the person will be able to have to now seek for the things that you will need to do to bring about change in results. So there are three things this kind of recognizing the need for things will bring to your life. One, it will bring you to a place of responsibility, a place of having a sense of responsibility. Now saying that I want to change. Now you have recognized the need. Now it now creates a healthy sense of responsibility whereby you tell yourself that I will no longer blame anybody for my shortcomings, blaming anybody for not having enough money, blaming anybody for not having the things I need in my life. I want to take responsibility and make a change. This is the point you get to. You don't blame government, you don't blame the economy, you take full responsibility. Things are not working well, you take full responsibility, and you now seek for the things you need to do to change that kind of situation in your life. The second thing that recognizing the need does for you is that it helps you to break away from every limitation and excuses. So you will take away limitation, excuses that people are giving a lot of time. You will no longer give them again because you have recognized that you need this thing. You will tell yourself that I come from above and I'm above all. So you don't limit yourself again. You break away, you take away every excuses. The third thing that recognizing the needs bring to your life is that it creates a healthy dissatisfaction to you. A point whereby you are dissatisfied about the current level in your life. At every point in your life, you get to a point whereby you are dissatisfied. You say there can be more. there can be more. There are a lot of people who feel, oh, just maybe reaching the need of your home, their immediate family, they think they are okay. No. How many people have your life impacted? How many people you have put on scholarship? How many organizations have felt your impact? How many people have you, as a Christian, how many evangelism have you been able to sponsor by yourself? How many crusades and a lot of things? All right, so you get a point whereby you are dissatisfied, and more so if you have not even had any result, even your immediate family, if you've not been able to do anything much more for them, you every day you are being embarrassed by your landlord, embarrassed by people around you at work, maybe because of the kind of clothes you are wearing, and a lot of things. You get to a point you say, no, things can be better. You dissatisfied. You are a healthy dissatisfaction, not from a standpoint of competition, but a standpoint of telling yourself that things can be better. All right. So once you recognize the need, the next thing you need to do is you go for useful knowledge. That's the second thing you do to have the desired result you want in your life. You go for useful knowledge. And by going for useful knowledge, what you are trying to do, you are trying to seek for the requisite knowledge that will give you that kind of result you are looking for. And there are two things that when you want to seek for knowledge, there are two things that help you to achieve. One, you must get to a point that there must be a paradigm shift in your belief system and in your mentality, your mindset. There must be a paradigm shift in the sense that you believe you have a superior belief system. You change your mindset. The Bible was speaking in Proverbs chapter 23 verse 7. He said, as a man thinketh, so he is. So the kind of thought you have harbored over time will determine the result you will be having in your life. So if I look at your result, your current reality is the clearest representation and reflection of your thought of yesterday. The kind of things you believe yesterday, that is what your today is reflecting. So you must change, you must believe new things. You must see yourself as a person that can achieve anything you want to achieve. You must see yourself as a millionaire, a billionaire, as somebody who is a problem solver, a solution to generation. You don't see yourself as a person who is limited. You see yourself as a pace setter, a trailblazer. You see yourself in a different manner, and you change your belief system. A lot of times, the things that have formed our belief system is largely from our cultural background, our past failures, our past experiences, maybe the environment we say we've not been exposed. These are some of the things that have framed our mindset over time. But you must get to a point that until you have the mentality that the wealthy people have, there's a kind of mentality people who are wealthy have that make them to live a more superior life. You cannot have a mindset of a defeated mentality, a defeated mindset, and want to be a trailblazer, or you want to be a pace setter, or you want to be a leader. You cannot lead group of people by a defeated mindset. You must have a mindset of a healthy person or a superior person. Then the second thing it helps to do, you are trying to seek for when you go for knowledge, is that you are trying to seek for the particular or the requisite knowledge and the principle connected to that result. So there are some certain things you must do, certain laid down principle for achieving particular result in your life. It's not everything you engage that will produce every kind of result. There are some certain seed. When you sow a particular seed, there is a particular fruit you are expecting to get. There's a particular way of doing a particular thing that will bring about particular result. And there are people you can look up to learn the principle from. As a Christian, you can come to your Bible and what are the principles that make for victory in life? What are the principles that make for prosperity? They are laid down principles that you must engage for you to now have this holistic result that you are looking for. So your paradigm shift is very important. Then you now need to know the principle that is connected to that particular result you are looking for. So this is very vital. The third thing you must have for you to change your life and to have result that is rewarding, result that is worth talking about, is you take consistent, repeated action. You take consistent, repeated action. You must be a kind of person who is ready to be persistent enough to take action. You don't just take only one action and say, oh, things are not working, and you just move around. No. You repeat it. I was listening to a very well-renowned, wealthy man, a person of Jack Ma, owner of Alibaba. He said in his speech, he said, it is until you have been able to do something for 10 years, and the thing didn't work out, that is when you can say you have failed. As far as he's concerned, You have repeated that thing for over 10 years and nothing came out. That's when you feel like you have really failed. But most of the time, we just do something, even in 5 months, space of 5 months, think it's not working, we stop. Maybe you are just at the point where you want to get to your result and get to the desired result you want. That is when most of us give up. So it is very important that you take consistent, repeated action. You trust in God. If you are a Christian, you pray, you trust God, and you repeat that result until you get what you are getting. You don't just give up by the wayside. No, you take consistent action. This is the framework. This is the 3 approach to getting result that you must know for you to change your life. If you can abide to this thing I just talked about, you will see your life changing. You will see a lot of things working out well in your life. I believe these videos have been able to bring us to a point whereby we now know the ways to go about having desirable results in our life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following this. If you want more of this kind of video, do well. You can comment below. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe to my channel and then on your notification bell so that you get more of my videos in my next appearing. Thank you. Bye bye.